Here. First of all, I want to give a huge, huge thank you and just love to Nadiya, and she's so good. I cannot, girl. Round of applause for Nadiya Shah. I'm so happy to and so honored to just have the opportunity to be on this channel that I've watched for a decade. And you're so good, Nadia, and you are so loved by your community, and you're doing an amazing job. And I'm so grateful and so thankful. So yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so today the video is gonna be about Saturn. We're gonna see how Saturn is cool. Saturn is tough, but Saturn is very cool. So let's get into it. All right. So first of all, when you see a particular planet, it's very interesting to have a look at what obviously the sign that is linked with, but the season and the time frame of the year when you see nature. So of course, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So the in at least in northern hemisphere, you see how the nature in this season, end of December throughout like end of January, is very, it's not a very, you know warm, environment, right? It's kind of cold. Everything seems like, it seems like there's nothing anymore. And it's a bit depressing, and people are not very happy because it's not about the Christmas lights anymore. It's about like going back to work, and try to have resolutions that you're probably not gonna keep for long. So that's why it represents like wanting to become a better version of the self. So that's very interesting that it's Saturn that is linked with this period of time. So in our body, Saturn represents the skeleton. Okay, so the skeleton is what allows the body to move around and to stand still and stand straight, and to have a standing up position. It's very important. You can of course like hurt a muscle, or anything, and that's gonna be annoying. But when you break something, it's how you realize that it is so it is so important. That's what literally holds you in place, right? So that's exactly the same thing in nature. See that period of time that usually is not really appreciated. Well, Leo, summer vibes are way more appreciated, obviously. But try to see the beauty of that particular time. Saturn is very much the skeleton of nature. Everything that you see during this period of time is actually what holds everything into place, and what allows nature to flourish, and to have something to hold on to, and to flourish onto. So it's very, very, very precious, and that we have that period of time. It allows, you can see it all without all the glam, of nature, and the not the fluff, but like, the more like woohoo, expensive, like, flowers and stuff and everything. And of course, we all love that season. But yeah, the winter and that particular time of Capricorn is very, very necessary, and needs to be loved as well and honored. So because Saturn is what allows us to stand strong and stand, still and straight during that period of time, it's exactly the same for our own evolution. So Saturn is the one that will help us to have an evolution, and stand straight and become bigger, bigger, and go higher, higher, and higher. He will make you stronger. So that's very much a planet that is here for you. is a tough teacher for sure. Not the like party people for sure, but it's very much his teaching is all about your own evolution. And so that's very, very, very precious. He wants to make us, better and stronger from the inside. So that's why, the example of a tree, right? If it's a young tree and someone will, just kick it with his foot, right? And then the tree will probably break. If it's a young tree and the trunk is like really fragile and yeah, it's not solid enough. So anything from the outside could break it. Try to kick a big tree with your foot, you will break your foot, not the tree, because the tree became stronger and stronger and stronger. So it's not, it doesn't have to be like, oh, but it's because of maturity. Of course, it's because of maturity, like age, for sure. Age will help you have more wisdom and more, another look on life, for sure. But it's also very much a mindset, a very, a mindset full of wisdom. You have young people who are like very wise and very mature for their age, and so they have usually a strong Saturn in their chart for sure. So how Saturn is teaching us things, he actually keeps on attracting situations that will force us to, face our own, fears, limitation. It's like something that constricts you again and again and again and again and again, saying you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough, you're not enough. So this is actually you doing this to yourself, right? And by pressuring you, Saturn is testing you, testing your limits, and testing like, oh, you're not enough. Great, okay, you're not enough. Oh, you're not enough. You're not enough. You're not enough. Up until you suddenly like say, okay, you know what? Maybe I am a little, okay? And you will say, stop. I deserve more than this. But in a very felt way. Not like, oh, stop it, because that's what Saturn hates. It's like the victim mode. Saturn hates this. Saturn doesn't care. Like if you are not up to your no potential, into your abilities, and to honoring your skills and everything, Saturn will just keep on bringing every situation possible to make you feel this way, to reflect back to you what you're doing to yourself. And so, for example, having a job that you feel like, oh my god, but I don't like it, or people are very like not nice to me, or rejecting me, or doing this to me. And so Saturn will keep on bringing those again and again and again, up until you actually realize, "But you know what, I don't have to accept this." That's the thing. And that's the beginning of the, you're actually integrating your Saturn on an inner level. And so, yeah, that's why the constricting, ring is very a good symbol, of Saturn, is because it's gonna, make you like again and again and again. And so up until you say, no, I just can't anymore. Stop it. It's either this or what. What's the solution for you if you're not gonna show up for yourself and stand and be like, okay, no, that's enough. I'm putting my limit here. Then you're just gonna be squeezed again and again and again, right? And so that's what Saturn is so good at. It's actually squeezing you so much. It's like you're a foam ball, right? But it's up to you to not be a foam ball. It's, become a bowling ball. And I'm telling you that nobody will be able to squeeze you. And Saturn is actually the one that helps you become this by showing you on the outside what's going on and what you're doing to yourself, and where you need to put your limits. So that's why the limits are such a big word with Saturn. So everything that you haven't mastered on the inside will happen on the outside to show you something. So if you don't have inner limits, then the limit is going to appear by that pressure. It limits you because you are limiting yourself. So yeah, it's very it tests your deservedness. It tests your deservedness. And oh, you think you don't deserve this? Oh, you think you know more than this? Great. So that let's keep on giving that to them, right? So that's why the victim mode is so hated by Saturn. It's because Saturn wants, and that's another big keyword here, you to take your responsibility for what's happening to you. Not even like it's just on it. There's no purpose of pointing fingers at everyone and feeling like, oh, but look what's happening to me. And Saturn hates this. Saturn hates this. So you really have to embrace the okay, what's going on, even if like it's not something that is ideal for now. It makes you just realize that it's something, that it's a lesson, it's just a teaching style. That sense of being a victim, that is more associated with the sensitivity and like feeling very insecure, that you would find like associated with the moon, so the opposite side, like of Saturn and Capricorn. That's very much how what Saturn is doesn't resonate with. He wants, so that's why it's such a perfect balance. It's like, of course the care and everything is nice, but I'm not here to care. I am here to make you evolve, and I am here to make you become stronger, like to give you a structure in life and something that is so solid that nothing and no one from the outside, you won't be broken. You're already so strong on the inside. Yeah, nothing will be able to touch you. So that's a great, great, great teacher. So yeah, basically it's very much just saying like, yeah, life is tough. Get over it. It's an energy that is, yeah, just take it as it is and keep on moving forward, right? And what's really interesting though is that it's associated with the CEO, right? The business structure, right, in the corporate world, or and so why is that? One thing that is not so understood, I think, by the people in general, is that we tend to see the success story in like, because there's just someone showing up and like, oh, that person is super successful and everything. All all the successful people, and I mean the self-made people, right? Not the so okay, someone that maybe I don't know, the artist or whatever, like all the self-made people that really built companies and empire by themselves. They had so many, so many, what we call defeat, right? Or struggle, or denial, rejection, anything, right? But they just didn't let those stop them. And that's something that you never hear about, in the media, when people talk about, like, for example, Elon Musk. Oh yeah, he has this. But all of those guys had so many times faced rejection and even loss of their money. Even I think it was like Donald Trump at that time, at a time like 90, maybe 1991 or something like this, that was almost $1 billion debt. He had this, right, and was able to go back up because he didn't let that um, break him. It's so it's so interesting how we hear how people are at the top, with money and everything, but what we don't realize is that they actually had a lot of struggles. Saturn changed their mindset to allow them to go up, the ladder. And that's something that is not unfortunately taught in school. It's how the all the denial and the failure, it's not a failure, it's just, it's not this way, it's another way. Oh, sure. There you go. Another way and another way and another way. It was, I think Jeff Bezos also did so many, tried so many things with Amazon, like Amazon, yeah, before. And, you know, he faced a lot of failures as well. And he was just like, okay, let's just keep on doing it, on doing it, on doing it. Up until failure in itself is not failure, because you are so confident in who you are and what you have to bring to the table, and that you're solid enough from the inside that, yeah, nothing is able to break you. You just keep on moving forward. And that's very much what Saturn brings to each one of us. So don't, please don't hate on Saturn. Yeah, another big thing here is that Saturn will give you the rewards every single time. If you put in the work and if you actually are committed enough, and you show up, you keep on showing up, and because, yeah, that's just, let's get into it. I believe in myself, and I should honor, which is another huge keyword with Saturn. I should honor my presence here, and what I have to bring to the table and what I'm good at. I need to, this is the legacy that I want to, you know, just leave here. And I am one person, because Saturn is all about the also the strong self of individual. And so I'm one, and I'm here, and I have this lifetime. What am I gonna do with it? I need to honor it, right? So yeah, Saturn wants us to actually climb our own ladder of success. So that's why it's also at the 10th house is also the culminating house, right? Because Saturn is the one that wants to help to bring you to the top, to the top of your own mountain. It's not like, oh, you can do better, and oh, that's okay, or oh, maybe. No, Saturn is like, keep on moving forward, and don't let anything from the outside stop you, and just keep on climbing your own thing, even if when you feel like, oh, I feel like a failure and I feel rejected and everything. Not at all. Just keep on moving forward. You will get there, and you will be very proud of what you have accomplished there. So basically, it's really just a teaching style that you have to, that you just have to, accept. It's exactly like, we all had a teacher, I don't know, in primary school, high school, whatever, that was like a tough one, right? And, like never smiling, and, it was like, not the nicest person, right? But his classes were really, all the students were really diligent, and then you were kind of forced to learn this way. So maybe it wasn't the most fun, but after, like, looking back at it, you made like huge progress, right? And that's actually very funny, because I think that uh, I know that that kind of teacher usually, by the end of the year, or when they feel like very comfortable with the class, and yeah, they know they have their student, and like their students, you know okay, yeah, they're all serious and committed and everything. They kind of loosen up, they kind of loosen up, and at the end of the year, they all, if there's a party or something like that, you will see them, like, and everybody's like, what? And everybody loves the fact that that person that they put like at the top of the hierarchy, right? loosen up because they don't feel the need to, be tough anymore. He can loosen up because now he knows that, class is over, literally, right? You did your thing, Saturn did his thing, and so now he can just relax with you and, enjoy, right? That's exactly the same for, old people. Usually a lot of, maybe not a lot, but, like a lot of people, of old people, they're a little bit grumpy and everything, but it's like a defensive mode that is also very much associated with Saturn. And this defensive mode is just a way of protecting themselves. But once you show them, the respect and that you hear, and you show them love, and it's all good, then they tend to be very to show a lot of appreciation, and it's very special when you have people who seem very cold and very tough, and just opening up. And yeah, that's how you turn the Saturn to its best, right? Is to you just raise the vibration of your own Saturn from going to, you know it would be fear and rejection, the and feeling I don't deserve, and I'm nothing, and nobody loves me, and look, and, nobody cares. And from this to the ultimate, um the best Saturn energy would be to trust yourself so much and to be so confident in your own skin. And, you can just open up, and you don't need to put up the walls and, tell everybody to, right? And so, yeah, that's the best energy of Saturn. It's just like reaching your maximum potential and climbing the ladder, and, at the end, being at the top of your own mountain and be like, "We did it," wow, it's, I'm so proud of me. So, yeah, that's very cool. It's a very cool planet, honestly. Another example as well to understand how Saturn works is, how you have the three movements, right, in retrogradation. So first, movement forward, and then backward, and then forward again. So during the shadow period, right, you can see this as actually Saturn would first show up. So, for example, you take a building, you take a new building, Saturn will be the one who, okay, enter the building, gonna knock on, all the walls, would verify like everything, and will tell you everything that is not reliable, stable enough, that might collapse, that is not like up to date, that, and that will probably make the building just like fall down, right? And so Saturn will first pointing at everything that is not good enough for you to change it. So see, that's the constricting part, that you need to not take like, oh my god, as a victim, but more like, okay, this is what I need to work on. So this is showing me something. And then Saturn is gonna retrograde, right? And then just make you implement the changes. So you will build the structure around it, make you put up all the scaffolding, right? The building. So that's all the structure, like the things that you would need to implement. So now it's time to change. Like, for example, I don't know, if you wanted to have a better lifestyle, then it would be like a literally like a program, right? That you need to follow. So day one, do, and then like day two, like your what you're gonna eat, what time are you gonna exercise, and like anything. It can be anything, right? And so See how Saturn, for the second part, the retrogradation, is about implementing and starting to experience. He wants to transform you. Okay, now that you have seen everything that is not good, now it's time to, and for the image of the building, repair everything. And then, yeah, the scaffolding is gonna help you to, oh, okay, something on the outside is now becoming a help that you can rely on to, but yet that will also make you change. You need to put in the work as well. And then on the third, forward movement again, then it's actually about living it. Like you just became someone different. So for example, with the new lifestyle change, right? Then it would be like it had become something that is you now. It's not about like, oh, you don't need the program anymore. You just live in this way. And so you are able to see all the changes that you've made to yourself and how you improved as a person. And so see Saturn first, yeah, pointed everything that wasn't good for you. Then okay, let's implement everything. And during this period of time, it's gonna get tough because to be able to change that means that it means that you're gonna have to face everything, and you're gonna have to become someone else by facing all the fears and, yeah, facing rejection and again and just shift the paradigm, right? To just be able to, for them to not have power over you anymore. So that's Saturn is so cool. Guys, Saturn is so cool. Don't ever fear, Saturn transits, because you will benefit for sure, for sure, for sure, from them, for sure. It's very, it's a gift. It's just relax and, acknowledge that it's a teaching style. That it might be tough, but it's just a teaching style. So you would do great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Nadiya, thank you so much again. Thank you so much again. I have, honestly, I'm so appreciative of your work and everything that you do, and all your amazing, amazing influence on so many people. So thank you so much. And thank you guys again. Thank you, Nadiya, so much. And see you soon. Bye.